Sí, vale, vos, perfecto. Vale, perfecto. Vale. Sí,
Hello, hi, Assalamualaikum and good morning. Selamat sejahtera. Okay, welcome to everyone here and thank you for joining our free webinar on speaking and writing good English, the 5 golden rules by Puan Sheila. Can everyone hear my voice? Can see? Is it clear, my voice? Okay.
Clear, yes.
Yes, okay. Can also see clearly the slides?
Yes, can see and can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, sure. Okay, great. Okay, my name is Nisa. Okay, before we start, allow me to introduce a little bit of SSTs to you background. Okay, let me share the slides. Okay, first of all, we are ISO 9001 certified. We are an HRDF certified training provider. We have more than 12,000 attendees attending our training and programs online and face-to-face in multi-languages. We have in Bahasa Melayu or Bahasa Malaysia, we have in English and also Mandarin. We have also more than 40 trainer, HRD Corp certified trainer, experienced trainer. Also, we are registered, approved and accredited under various government agencies. We also have many programs, some also approved by government like CIDB. So you will get the CPD hours and also the CPE points. So also like MBOT and JKKP, which you will get the CPD hours and certification after the training. So we are also official KESO training provider like Kejaya Madani, Penjana Kejaya. Okay, we in SST2U, we also offers for SST2U learner card learners, which we have more than 1,200 members. Okay, next. You can visit to our website here, sst2u.com. Okay, hold on, and the site. Slide. A little bit hang here. A moment, yeah. Okay. Next, you can visit to our training portal at sst2u.com. Here you can find so many trainings, a lot of trainings. We are specialized in various fields in accounting, finance. We got also in taxation, HR, payroll, employment laws, also in new techno like AI, ChatGPT, also in data analysis and Excel. And so many more like soft skills and also to ISO standard. Okay. Also, we also conduct, or we can conduct for in-house training. For in-house training, for any topics you want to cover, you can email to us at yes@sst2u.com, yes@sst2u.com. Okay. Next is, as I mentioned just now, the SLC Plus membership. Okay, what is LLC Plus membership? This is our SST2U membership. Okay, what are the advantages for this membership? Is first, you will get the cashback of 10%. Okay, which you register for any courses. Okay, let's say of 2,500 fees, then you will get the 10% cashback of 250 ringgit. This cashback, you can redeem the minimum point of 250 points. When you get the 250 minimum point, then you can redeem. It's either for cash money or using the point for the next course. Like you can redeem. Then also it is free admission You can register free. We have no fees for this membership. And also we offer for LND report, where this LND report is the learning and development report, where you can check how many courses that you have attended with us. Okay, also this is our training center in CPD Academy Rio Puchong. We are located in Bandar Puteri Puchong. This is our brand new facilities, brand new training center, where you can find like a comfortable classroom. We have also provide surau or prayer room, the pantry, ruang makan, washroom, also the parking lot. Okay. Okay, for today's free webinar, we in SST2U, we offers a very good promo for today. So we will giving out a special promo. So please stay until the end of this webinar. Okay, for to know what is the promo is about. So before we continue, can everyone please turn on the camera for us to take a group photo? Just to turn on the camera for a while. For us.
Yeah, so good morning, everyone. So before we start, shall we take a quick group photo? Yeah, so what you can do is that you can quickly turn on your webcam, then we can take just a quick screenshot lah. It's just for the group photo session. All right. So for those who can turn on, yeah, you please turn it on. All right. Thanks. So Chong Li Fong got no camera for PC. For PC, no problem. So yeah, no forcing lah. So whoever that can turn on, yeah, you can turn it on so that we can take a photo. All right. So if everyone turn on, then we'll be taking the screenshots. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will be taking the photo, right? I'll be counting down from 3. So 3, 2, 1. All right. So one more. Okay, so 3, 2, 1. Okay, thanks. Thank you, everyone. So Nisa, do you still have anything to add on, or do you want to pass over to Miss Sheila?
Yes. We let Puan Sheila to take over.
Yeah, over to you, Miss Sheila.
Yeah, over to you.
All right, thank you very much, Miss Nisa. Okay, yes, can you hear me okay, everyone?
Yes, loud and clear.
Loud and clear, awesome. Allow me 1 second to just share my screen. So you can see my slides displayed?
Yes, can see.
Yes, all right, awesome. Let me just 1 minute. Okay. Just setting this up. Okay, where's the chat? All right. Okay, good morning, good day, everyone. Welcome to our short session brought to you by SST2U for 5 golden rules on how to be good in speaking and writing in English. Thank you so much for being with us this cold, rainy morning. It's pretty cool. It's pretty wet. Yeah, so thank you for joining us. A very short session, so it's cozy, get comfortable. Okay, and let's make it until the end of the hour where I'll pass back to Miss Nisa. Okay, so first and foremost, allow me to briefly introduce myself. My name is Nashila Zulkifli, but you can call me Sheila for short. Yeah, Miss Sheila Bole, Sheila Bole. My background is English language and literature, both bachelor's degree and master's in UIA. And I have a diploma in education psychology and a certified vocal trainer. I have been lecturing English language since 2005 up until 2018, but I've been training professionally since 2010. On top of that, I'm a voiceover talent where I do some audio recordings for jingles, commercials, documentaries, narration, voice acting, singing, just behind the scene, if you will. Yeah, so on top of that as well, I'm also a copywriter, translator, and writer. Yep. All right. So this is just some of the things that I've done. I also do a lot of hostings and emceeing, whether big events or private events, I do answer some calls from time to time for those who need my service. And I do some hostings as well. This is a particular show that I did. Not a show, basically, it was an award in New York where the Malaysian cast from a movie Gran had to sit through the award session. They were awarded the Best Asian Film 2022, I believe. And I was there to translate the whole thing. And just me doing some recording sessions. Yeah. All right. So that's it about me. So thank you so much for the rest of our participants here who can be with us today. Now, the chat box is open. You can put in your opinions, feedback, answers. It's a two-way communication. Yeah. So whenever I ask a question, if you feel you want to answer, you can turn on your mic. That'd be much, much preferred. Yeah. And just voice out your answer, or if there's a mic problem or whatnot, let's go to the chat box. We're going to keep it engaging, interactive. Yeah. Again, remember, it's a cozy class, so tell me anything. All right. So now, just before we begin, allow me to tell you a short story. Tengah hujan-hujan pagi-pagi ni kan. Just let me share with you a short story. Okay, so once upon a time, there was this king in a faraway old Arabian land, ancient Arabian land. So this king is named Sultan Shahrayar. Yeah. So Sultan Shahrayar was beloved, was powerful. Okay, he is very revered in all his land. So one day, okay, just to share the story, don't worry, there's all very relevant. Okay, now the king one day comes back to his castle, to his land, to his kingdom after visiting his brother, and he finds that his queen, the queen, cheated on him. Okay, so commits adultery. As anyone or any human being on earth back in the days, if you commit a crime against the king, now who can tell me what is the punishment? What's the punishment for treason against the king, against the sultan? Who knows? Can someone tell me? You can type in the chat box. You can tell me verbally. Yes, Miss. Is it Miss or Mr. Huichin? Exactly. Thank you. Death. Well, let's not make it so morbid. Okay, it's death. So yes, unfortunately, the wife, the queen, was sentenced to death. Well, more like beheaded. Yep. And so the king continued his days and began to feel, a king needs a queen. So the sultan, he finds himself a new bride, and they got married. So after the first night, and then the next day, the king began to wonder, and he was like, wait a minute, this new queen is beautiful, even more beautiful than the first one. What if this new queen cheats on me too? He said, and wondered. And he said, you know what, before this happens, I'm going to make sure that this queen is beheaded. And so without any precedent, the king, the sultan, beheads the second queen too. And the next day he married another. He married a third queen. And after only one night together, the sultan beheaded and executed this new queen as well. And so this goes on for days, weeks, months, and years. Now, one day there's this beautiful woman named Shahrazad. So Shahrazad is the daughter of the king's wazir. The wazir means prime minister. In many Islamic states, normally you have the sultan and the wazir is the prime minister. So she's the daughter of the wazir, and she said to her father, "Father, let me marry the sultan. I have a plan. I have an idea." And the wazir said, "Are you kidding me? I've been hiding you all this while to protect you from being killed or executed by the sultan." And Shahrazad told him, "Don't worry, father, I have a strategy. I have a plan. I want to save all the other women left in the kingdom because, have you noticed? There's not much left of us." And so with a heavy heart, the wazir agreed. And so the wazir, Shahrazad went up to the sultan and said, "I want to marry you. I volunteer." And the sultan was like, "Wow, a volunteer? Sure, step right up." He's very happy. Never before has a volunteer been displayed to him before. And so they married. And later that night, as usual, normally the sultan only spends one night together with his new bride. So that night, he went to the bedchamber to find Shahrazad waiting for him. And she saw him and she was like, "My sultan, please come in. My king, come here, sit down. I want you to be comfortable." And the sultan said, "Okay, sure. Let me make myself comfortable. What is this? A talking queen. All your predecessors were mute. Well, not mute naturally, but did not speak a word because they were shaking in fear, knowing they would die the next day, but not Shahrazad." So as the king makes himself comfortable, Shahrazad asked him, "My king, I want to tell you a story. Would you like to hear it?" And of course, the king was quite curious and he said, "Tell me a story. Go ahead." And so Shahrazad launched into an amazing magical tale, so fantastical, so magical, so wonderful that the king was enchanted and frozen with wonder. And so she told the story until the sun came up. Now what happens? What do you think happens when the sun came up? The story's not finished. Shahrazad told the king, "My king, the sun is up. We have to stop. It's time for me to die." And the sultan was like, "What? The sun is up? Oh my God, the story's not finished. How?" Shahrazad said, "I can't do anything about it. I must go die. The rules are rules." And the king was like, the power of curiosity is working right now for the sultan. And he said, "Okay, Shahrazad, live today, come back tonight, and finish your tale." And Shahrazad said, "As you wish, Your Highness." And she lived to see another day. Somehow, her little plan is working. All right, second night. The king comes in and she continued the story because the king was like, come, finish the story. I need to know what went on. And Shahrazad continued to tell the story. She tells the story until midnight, and the story's finished. The king was mind blown. That whenever we watch movies like The Avengers or any good movies or good books or good stories you ever heard, you're mind blown, aren't you? Exactly what the king felt. And he was like, "That was the most amazing story I have ever heard, Shahrazad." And Shahrazad was, "Really, Your Highness? You love that? I have another." And she launched, without any further saying from the king, she launched into a second story. And in that second story, she told it even more interesting than the first. It was more magnificent, more wondrous. And the king was not just frozen in enchantment. He was in total awe of the story that Shahrazad told him. And he was so engaged that he listened and listened, and he didn't realize the sun came up again on the second day, and the story's not finished. Shahrazad said, "My king, the sun is up. I have to stop. It's my turn to go and die." And the sultan was like, "Not again. Shahrazad, live today, come back tonight, finish your story. And again, the king comes. Shahrazad finishes the story around midnight, only to continue with the third story. Until dawn, story is not finished. So this continued, the king always allowing her to live so she can come back the next night to finish the story. Continued for days, for weeks, for months, until 1001 nights. Let me just put it here for you. Oopsie daisy. 1001 nights. Should be a plural there. There we go. 1001 nights that Shahrazad told these stories. And after those many, many nights, the king was finally relenting. And he said to Shahrazad, Shahrazad, I will now make a new decree, and I do so declare that no other queens shall die by my hand. From this day forward, no execution will be held impending for you. Live with me together forever, and let's continue telling stories, and I will listen to it because I have fallen in love with you, Shahrazad. And Shahrazad has finally realized that not only did her plan work, she also fell in love with the Sultan, and they lived happily ever after. The end. That's my morning story for you. All right, now my question is, if you can give me one word to describe Shahrazad, what would that be? What would one word be that you can use to describe Shahrazad? Patient. Yes, Chong Li Feng. She's so patient. 1001 nights. Thank you. She's very smart. Exni. Did I pronounce that right? Exni, yeah? Exactly. She's smart, or else she wouldn't come up with that plan. Exactly. Thank you. Can I have a few more? Violent. The king is violent. Shahrazad is maybe violently coy. She's manipulative, but she manages to strategize. Yeah, Juan Lim? Okay, or Juan Lim? Juan Lim. Okay, thank you for that. She's brilliant, Mohana. Perfect. I believe so. I agree. She's brilliant. It's not easy to come up with a plan like that and hoping it'll work, right? One more. Can I have one more word to describe Shahrazad? So many of us today. She's patient, smart, violent, brilliant. One more word. Manipulating, Nur Ain. You're not wrong. She is. Thank you for that. That's a good word. She's not just manipulating, but she needs to manipulate to save her life. Remember, she's telling a story. She's presenting to save her life. She's manipulating, but it's strategic. Yes. And Juan Lim, powerful she is. She's a powerful woman. She's empowered by her motivation to survive and to save others. That is very on point. Thank you. Yes, Hui Qing, and brave. I mean, if you were put in the same situation as Shahrazad, would you even volunteer yourself? I confess, exactly, Hui Qing. Me brave, when the time calls for it, I think I'll be hiding myself until, somebody save the day. I'm not brave, right? So even though there's an apocalypse, I'll hide myself until everything dies down. Anyhow, that is Shahrazad's qualities. Thank you for all of these qualities, adjectives. These are the words that describe Shahrazad. Now, my next question is that we can see that Shahrazad, I'm going to just use Juan Lim's word there, powerful, smart, okay, Exni's word, and brilliant, Mohana's word. She's a powerful, smart, and brilliant storyteller, isn't she? She's an amazing storyteller because the king was hooked and engaged. Now, I want to ask you another question, one more question. As a storyteller, Shahrazad, as a storyteller, what makes her brilliant? What makes her powerful? What makes her smart as a storyteller? From the king's point of view. Let's imagine from the Sultan's point of view. What makes her all of these to the king's eyes? What technique did she use? What methods? What is it about her that makes her such an amazing storyteller? She's attractive. Yep, look at that picture. I'm not sure whether it's a real one, but yeah, she's hot, she's attractive. I mean, the king definitely would find yang cantik-cantik dulu kan. She's attractive. Exactly. Yes, Chong Li Feng. Love. She tells it with love. I'm going to use one word there, synonymous to love. Yeah, Chong Li Feng? That's a good one. Passionate, because she tells the story with passion. So she's passionate. Yeah? Yes, Mohana? Insightful. That's a good word. That's exactly sums up what Shahrazad is as a storyteller. She's very insightful. The words that she uses to express herself, the vocabulary, the style, the method, the expression is very insightful. One more. Anything about her? Because remember, she is presenting. She's communicating the stories. So what else? Attention seeker, Jiayin. Oh, that is also spot on. Storytellers seek attention. I mean, they don't just seek attention, they get attention. I mean, just listening to this story, do I get your attention? Yeah, I hope so, or else I'm not much of a good storyteller. Yeah, so we seek attention. Storytellers tell stories to seek attention. Very good, Jiayin. Thank you for that. So what are the manners did she use in seeking attention? Let me tell you. One of them, her tone of voice. She's attractive, but is her voice attractive? How does she sound? Did she use the right pitch? There's intonation up and down, or is it flat? You know, listening to a speaker on stage. If someone give a speech and it sounds like just reading from a script or reading from a book, kita baca sendiri, bosan. Like newscasters. All right, berita terkini hari ini. So we are now going to our reporter live at the scene where a family of 4 has died tragically in an accident involving a trailer and an SUV at Karat Highway. It was raining, so let's get to... Kill me now. Even I won't continue. I don't feel emotion. She exudes emotion in her tone of voice, in her intonation, in her facial expression, body language. Her facial expression expresses what she feels, what she thinks. If it was a sad, what'd you call that? A story, her face changes. If it's an exciting story, her eyes are wide, her mouth is smiling, and her hands are everywhere. And the king relates to this because it's contagious. Emotions are contagious. And then her points, her stories, they're brilliant, they're insightful. All right, so anyone here has heard of the 1001st Tale, Arabian Tales? Have you heard of that? Yes. No. 1001 Arabian Nights, Arabian Tales. Have you heard of it? Never. Okay. All right, Li Feng. So we've never heard of it per se, but we've seen some movies or animations. One of them, so the theme is Arabian background, old Arabian time, ancient Arabian time. Disney, pernah keluar satu, has released an animation in 1991 or 1992. Have you seen that animation? It's a cartoon by Disney. So if you know this song, it goes like, this couple, they were like, a whole new world on a magic carpet. What movie is that? Aladdin or Ain, exactly. When I think again, who doesn't love Aladdin, right? Jasmine, Aladdin and the genie. That is one of the stories in one of the tales that Shahrazad told the king. 1001 stories, can you imagine? So Aladdin alone banyak cerita inside the tale. They're talking about the genie, origin of the genies, how they get into the lamp. It's not just about Aladdin. It's so interesting. The king was enchanted. Back in the days, there's no such thing as magic. What else? What other stories or movies have you seen for this? For the 1001 Arabian Nights. Piramli has made one movie, Malaysian style, but you can still see the Arabian theme in the background and in the characters. I'm not sure whether everyone has seen it, but it's called Alibaba. No, ay banyak Piramli tengok suka tengok movie Okay, Alibaba and the 40 Thieves. The Malaysian version, of course, Piramli made it Alibaba Bujang Lapuk dan 40 Penyamun. Nah, itu style Malaysia lah, right? So Open Sesame, Close Sesame, one of the what do you call that? Stories in 1000 Arabian Night. The Prince. Oh, Kolishi, which one is this? The Prince. The Prince. Is it like the Egyptian prince? That one? The one where Moses, was it? That's Pixar or DreamWorks, if I'm not mistaken. So that one is, even though it's Egyptian background and it's Arabian themed, but it's not from one of the, what do you call that? One of the stories that Shahrazad told, not from the 1001. The Prince of Egypt would be, if that's what you're talking about, is actually based on revelation, biblical revelations. Yeah, so it's the divine knowledge, divine revelation, because it's one of the prophets. All right, but thank you for that. The King New Cloud, Huan Lim, I think you mean clothes, right? The King's New Clothes. Nice. That is actually based on, I think it was Chinese fairy tale or Greek fairy tale. All right, so a lot of fairy tales sebenarnya we know. Thank you for that anyway. Okay, so go back, read fairy tales. Okay, seriously, this is one of the golden rules that I'm going to talk about. Okay, so we have actually Layla Majnun, Sinbad. Okay, so many others. Okay, all right, now what is the point of this story? You must be wondering, is it a storytelling session? This is one of the golden rules, let me tell you. Okay, the point is Shahrazad will be our benchmark now. After today, just remember my story. I want to be like Shahrazad. Why? Because in terms of, let's say she's a successful communicator. She communicates her stories to the king. It was effective. It was successful up to the point that her execution was pulled away. Now, I want to share with you this model conducted by Dr. Albert Mehrabian. It's called the Mehrabian model to measure elements of effective communication. This study was done extensively. This research was done extensively. There are 3 elements that convey effective communication. Okay, so let's say it's in English, is in whatever language. In this case, let's talk about language, English language. So what are the elements that we need to be able to have effective communication? Everyone communicates. I communicate. You communicate. But is it effective? Is it impactful? Is it listened by others? Is it given attention? We have to consider all this when it comes to business English, especially in the workplace, especially when you're dealing with other people, because no man is an island. Number 1, spoken words. So spoken words are your points, your messages, your content, if you will. So many content creators nowadays. Back in the days, content means important points. Okay. Tone of voice. Tone of voice include our pitch study, intonation. What else? Projection. Any more? How about like sometimes I go fast, sometimes I go slow. What do you call that? Sometimes macam racing, sometimes macam slow sangat. What do you call that? Speed. That will be a sub-element to tone of voice. Yeah. So what else do we have? Speed, the pacing lah, yeah, the volume, projection, intonation, and all that. Okay. And lastly, I mentioned just now, body language, the body language. Okay. So body language include our hand gestures. Okay. Which is why, especially I understand we're limited to Zoom, yeah, electronically induced class. Okay, so digitalized. So whatever visuals that you get to see me, I'm trying to utilize to the max this 4 walls frames that I have to showcase myself to you. And I don't use my hands down here, so I use my hands up here. Body language is the gestures. That is one important element in effective communication. Hand gestures, body movement, facial expression, eye contact, proximity, meaning distance from one another, and so many other. Okay, another question for you. Please answer this for me in the chat box. Out of 100%, can you type in the chat box how many percent goes to spoken words, how many percent to tone of voice, and how many to body language to make it effective? Meaning one surely must be more important than the other, right? What are those? So maybe it's 20, 30, 50, maybe it's 50, 20, 30, maybe it's 20, 30, 30, 30, 40. Which one do you believe it to be so? Okay, everyone has different experience in communication, so no answer will be the same. It's okay. So let's have a look. Which one is it? Yes, Jayin. Okay, thank you. 50% spoken, 30% tone, 20% body language. Very good. Thank you. Thank you for that sharing. So yes, this is based on how we perceive communication, how you have engaged in communication, and your experience with other people. Okay, Jayin has given me answer. Can I have a few more? Because we want to see a variety. Because many different understanding of what's important, what element, how many percent, spoken, tone, and body language. Body language 50, tone of voice 30, spoken words 20. Yeah, Chong-Li Fong, thank you. See, it's different here, terbalik. Okay, we'll discuss that. Thank you. So that's your experience. Yes, Jo Yang Fong. Spoken words 10, tone of voice 30, body language 60. Pelik tak tengok macam, are you sure? We'll see. Okay, because everyone has different idea and perception. Thank you. Yeah, Chong-Li Fong. Juyan Fong. Yes, Yin Yin. Spoken 60, tone 30, body language 30. Okay. Oh, tu dah 120% dah. Correct me, my math is wrong. 30 plus 30 is 60, 60 plus 60, 120. Okay lah, lebih kurang lah tu ya. Okay. And then we have, let me see. Okay, yes, Juan Lim. Body 30, spoken 20, tone 50. I have different, random, very different data here. Yeah, based on everyone's different background and experience. Okay, thank you, Juan Lim. Rachel, yes, spoken 30, tone 40, body 30, so total 100%. Okay, thank you, Rachel. Okay, and Nurain 40, spoken 40, tone 20, body language. So body language 20% je lah, ya. Yang lain penting. Okay, good. Spoken 40, Mohana, 30 tone, 30 body language. Okay, I faham. So I'm getting different and diverse answers here. All right, thank you so much, everyone, for sharing. At least now I understand where your, not where, how you perceive these elements could have impacted or affect your communication in an effective manner or non-effective manner. So let me reveal the answer. So let's see who is the closest to the answer. So this is a real study based on the Mehrabian model conducted by Dr. Albert Mehrabian. Spoken words or content or message, 7%. Okay, Julian Fung, you're the closest so far. Let's see if you get the others right. Tone of voice would be 38%, which makes body language 55%. I would say the closest and most accurate be Ju Yang Feng. All right. For the others, don't be disheartened. It's okay. Because again, this has been our perception for years. Before I made a study of communication and the language, psycholinguistics, sociolinguistics is part of my research and my study. Before I involved myself in it, I thought only words were important. No, let me tell you why. It's not about what you say. It's about how you say it. Even the most boring subject and topic, you must put it into a speech, can be exciting and fun. Yeah. So there are various ways that you can turn it into Shahrazad style, because look at teachers nowadays, to comparing it to teachers during our time. Man, if I have teachers like my son has teachers, I think I will stay in school. They're fun because they have the resources to learn and expand that skill. Now, so do we. We do. But the first step is awareness. Now we are aware. It's not about what you say, it's about how you say it. Here's another tip to remember. We have respond, we have reaction. Respond is when we reply, correct? When somebody asks us something, somebody tells us something, and we reply verbally. Kita jawab lah. Reaction is not words. They're non-verbal. Your facial expression. Somebody, there was this one day, a student of mine was like, Miss Sheila, you look really glowing today. I did not say a word, but I was like, really? The word really came 4 seconds after I reacted. My face glowed more, if that's the thing. My smile was baked from ear to ear. I touched my cheeks like Home Alone because I was surprised and loving the flattery. And then after that, would I say, really humbly, yeah, I'm humble, but I'm flattered. Thank you very much, right? Reaction. We wear our emotions on our faces. We wear them on our faces in the way we move about. Communication is not just verbal. It's non-verbal too. It can also be expressed in writing as well, which is why in writing, we cannot hear the voice. We cannot see that person's movement. So where is the style? Where is the non-verbal style? In the vocabulary chosen. So in my courses, we will go through deep dive into that. Okay? All right. So remember, 7, 38, 55. Kalau ada hadiah, saya bagi hadiah, Ju Yang Feng, right? But in my classes, I do give out prizes. Okay. All righty. Let's have a look at, let's go into the, where's my bat? Very quickly, let's look at the 5 golden rules where we can be like Shahrazad in verbal and in non-verbal, meaning in spoken and writing as well. Now, the first step, remember I told you it's about awareness. It's about awareness, okay? Just, it won't take 10 minutes here and I can pass back to Miss Nisa. The first one, to become aware, to have and possess and develop good spoken and written English in all manner of life, whether it's personal, social, and professional especially. Have this in your daily life. Okay, oh, sorry, I'll read that in a bit. Record yourself and listen back. Do this constantly, and you will go from 0.9. I mean, you know yourself better. If you're not at 0.9, you're at a 10. That's good. You're going to go from 11 to 12 to 13 to 20, and you can see a difference within 1 month. And this is a matter of twice a week or once a week recording. What do you record? Simply take a phone. Turn on your voice recorder. WhatsApp voice note, tak main. Dia tak kira, eh? Itu tak kira. Because you don't listen back to study your voice. Oh, a question. Do you ever take the time to listen to your own voice? Yes or no? You listen to your voice, like take the time. Oh, well, listen to my voice. It sounds breezy, breathy. It sounds husky. It sounds sexy. It's nobody, I think consciously, no, Jayin, it's not consciously. So we don't do that. Correct. So it's time for you to start listening. Everyone hears your voice. You hear your own voice, but you don't take the time to listen. So we're going to start listening to your voice. Take up any book, article, magazine, Reader's Digest, or what have you. A 1-minute recording. Baca. Just baca je. Read, baca. All right? Record, listen back. Are there any mispronunciations? Are there any incorrect word that you pronounce? It sounds flat. It sounds uninteresting. There's some consonants missing, vowels missing. Too fast, too slow, fillers in between, like You can also record a speaking prompt. Any subject, impromptu, record 1 minute. My favorite food of the day is impromptu, 1 minute. Listen back. So in my course, there's going to be one module dedicated for this, where there's going to be questionnaires for us to go through our voice to develop and improve our vocal potential in English. All right, so that's number 1. And just like what Mahatma Gandhi said, the English language is so elastic that you can find another word to say the same thing. This is so true. English is actually fun. It's easy. Once you apply certain rules, it glides naturally for you. So my 5 golden rules here are doable. And if you do it, be consistent. Macam kita diet lah, kena consistent baru turun 5 kilo sebulan kan. Sama juga. You want to develop this skill of being naturally fluent. Yeah. So it's elastic. English is elastic. Can you imagine in an email, kita atas guna big, tengah guna big, bawah guna big juga. Nak hebat, really big. Diversify. The word big. Give me another word for big. What else can we say to replace big? Go. Enormous ratio. Exactly. Huge, Norain. Greater, Mohana. Well done. Large. There you go. What else? Keep it coming. Gigantic. Hafiz-Wani. Good one. Gigantic comes from the word giant. Amazing. Yes, Chong Li Feng. Depends on the context. Yes. She has an amazing heart, meaning big heart. That is an amazing house in terms of size. Boleh juga. There's so many other. We have mammoth. Sebab mammoth. Bukan kos mammoth, Gajah dulu-dulu, Ice Age. Manny from Ice Age. Massive giant. Exactly. Well done. Thank you. Massive. That truck is so massive. So awal-awal tu cakap very big. Lepas tu gunalah massive. And then extremely massive. Tapi what is extremely massive? You can use something else. Gigantic. Ginormous. Gargantuan. Magnanimous. Many levels of big. And that's just big. Mahatma Gandhi said it best. It's elastic. So have fun with it. The more you expose yourself to vocabulary, the easier it is to use words like that. Okay. I know some people have, anxiety sometimes to practice this new skill, because it is true. A study has shown that the number 1 phobia and fears amidst death, spiders, darkness, height, flying, open spaces, confined spaces, thunder and lightning, is public speaking. It's worse than death. People rather die than speak in front of people, communicate in front of people. So it's only natural. If you're one of those statistics, we got to do something about it. There are exercises and practices that we can do on a daily basis in our own time, in our own comfort, to slowly break out of that shell. Yeah? All right, back to our golden rule. So number 2, watch the news. This is 1, awareness plus practice plus understanding. It will become naturally to you. You become a good speaker because it's natural. Become a good writer because it's natural. Yeah. Watch the news, say what you think agree or disagree verbally out loud. Interesting, Kolishi. Yes, try it. It is. We never tried this. All our thoughts that we agree or disagree are in here and in here. Verbalize them out loud. Why? You can hear the different tones when you disagree. You can listen to the words you use. For example, words like, this is utter nonsense. Huh? Cool. I use utter instead of this is nonsense. This is utter nonsense. Okay. Why should we be able, why should we comply? Why should we do this? Why should, oh, that's too expensive. It should, argue whether you agree, disagree. Oh, I agree. Oh, that is on point. Oh, I can't wait to try that chicken from KFC. Commercials, jingles, news. It's like you're having a debate. If you're by yourself, even better. If somebody's in the room with you, since people have been talking to themselves. Why stop now? Just say it out loud. Okay. So this is number 2. Do this on a constant basis and you will see a change in your confident level. I do this. Everything that I've shared with you, I do this religiously when I was trying to improve my communication skills. Yeah? Watch YouTube video, movies, or listen to music, and not just watch, repeat what they say. Repeat, meaning you're going to, if you're listening to Eminem, you're going to rap like Eminem. If you're listening to Whitney Houston, sing like Whitney Houston. If you're watching a TED Talk, then repeat that presentation again and rewatch, and you are that presenter like the one you watch. Any tutorial, karolamin ke, but make sure in English lah. Okay, who's your favorite YouTuber or nowadays TikToker? Boleh, but make sure the content is in full English, correct sentences, preferably native speaker. Maksudnya carilah Mak Salleh betul-betul, because they carry with them correct grammatical structure in their presentation. Follow that, repeat, and what's going to happen? You're going to create muscle memory. Let me write that down for you. Why muscle memory? A musician has muscle memory when playing Bach, when playing Beethoven, okay? Usain Bolt has muscle memory to run so fast. Serena Williams has the muscle memory to perfectly hit 120 miles per hour or 160 miles per hour tennis ball, okay? Until the ball berasap, smoke, because it was in heat with the friction of the fast ball, fast and powerful serve, all right? Communicators create muscle memory to how they enunciate. What's that word? Enunciate and project and pronounce, and the diction of their words. It's all correct. It's standard English. Kita apa? Manglish. Tak apa. Manglish, never buang. Never, never, ever, ever put Manglish aside. When I'm with my friends, I speak Manglish like you have no idea how I sound. Memang doan lah. That's Malaysian. I love it. It's our identity. But note the difference by creating muscle memory. Note the difference between Manglish, when to use Manglish, and when to use standard English. That is to be used professionally. Tak kisahlah slang apa ke, British ke, American ke, Malay slang ke, Chinese slang, as long as correct pronunciation and standard. Okay? Imagine having a presentation, bidding or pitching or a meeting with important people, and suddenly go, all right, so you see here, correct or not? My friend did that once, and the panel was like, okay, know the difference. No hal dengan my friends, I also say correct or not. Okay, all right. So it's muscle memory that we want to create here. All right, number 4. Oh, number 4. Talk to yourself out loud. Why? Why not with a friend? Why not with somebody that you're familiar and comfortable with? Because talking to yourself out loud, you are creating this pattern of naturally opening your mouth and expressing yourself. So what do you talk about? Who can tell me? If you talk to yourself out loud, what do you talk about? What do you talk about? I give my one example. If I talk to myself, And this is naturally, I talk, oh, let me address this one. Juan Lim, food. See, one of the things I talk about. So what do you talk about food? Oh, this is so delicious. It's okay. Express yourself out loud. I express my fondness of food out loud. I'm like, oh my God, that is so scrumptious. I was picking up my son, a group of Darjah Satu, I think, little girls eating chicken wings after school. You know, they bought that chicken wings ringgit, I think so. She was eating and eating, you know, tudung budak ke belakang, and she was like, oh my God, this chicken is so succulent. And I was like, 7-year-old using the word succulent. You know, succulent. Ooh, what is succulent? I'm gonna let you Google that or look up a dictionary. Succulent, budak 7 tahun guna. Why? Children, they expose themselves to YouTube videos more than adults. They are repeating, they are copying and pasting it into their communication skills. Okay, they're good speakers, but writers, not so much. Okay, asking myself why I cannot reduce weight. Hey, Chong Li Fong again. High five. I'm like, well, I'm on a roll. I've lost 6 kilos in 2 weeks, so a little pat on my back. So yeah, I'm trying to keep in that willpower. Asking, so that kind of expression, yeah, Chong Li Fong, I will like, all right, Sheila, you can do this. Motivation, 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 right? Complain to boss. Okay, you complain to your boss. Complain about boss. Yeah, Jo Yang Fong? Sama juga lah. Number 5, read a book out loud. That's my last important final golden rule for you. Any book, pick up a book, okay? Any book at all. This is one of the books that even my husband, we're crazy bookworms. This is just one wall is outside. I have books in my luggage that more cut shelf. Pick up a book, okay? And open a page, 1 paragraph per night. Can we spend 5 minutes on 1 paragraph per night? Read free flow. Salah sebut. It's okay. You don't understand the meaning. It's okay. Read again, read again, read again. You're going to learn how to guess the definition by reading, because that's what people do. They can't understand what it means. The more they read, the more they will know by context. You can look it up. It's okay. But you're going to read out loud. Why? Muscle memory again. We're going to create muscle memory, and we're going to read in the context of English. So what book anyone reading a book right now? What book are you reading? Novels? Magazines? Email you. Please have a life. Poor thing. Chong Li Fong. Okay, email tak kira. I want leisure reading. Leisure reading. Go to Kinokuniya, go to MPH, go to Popular, go to BBW, Big Bad Wolf, or go to Access Bookstore. Wherever you are at the moment, what is your nearest bookstore? Or you can go to ebook, online reading, that's fine. Get one reading material that you love, because if you don't love it, you won't read it. Once a night, at the end of the day, baring, baca 5 minutes, read it out loud. That's all I ask. This is the golden rule. You do this consistently, constantly in 2 months, you can hear a difference. In 1 year, you're going to see the difference. After 1 year, people are going to start noticing what an effective communicator you are as a speaker, and it will flow into your writing as well. Yep. All right, so these are my 5 golden rules, and in my courses, I divulge into this even much deeper, and we can go through the modules, and we have some practices, some exercises for you to bring back with you on how you can consistently do on your own. Okay, my apologies, Miss Nisa. Okay, let me close, and I will, what do you call that?
Maybe we can have a little bit of Q&A
Sure.
question. Yeah, if there's someone need to ask questions, can put on the chat box.
Yes,
Or
please.
can to turn on the mic to speak with our trainer.
Okay, any question? I welcome any questions about the course, the program, the techniques, what we're planning to learn. Yeah, anything at all.
Is there any questions? If we don't have questions, we can continue to our promotion session.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. Let me just. Okay, stop sharing. Take this, guys. Just screenshot this. Practice makes what? When you repeat, you create a pattern. When you create a pattern, you create a habit, create a lifestyle, a culture of good English. That's all I gotta say. Okay, there we go.
Okay. Okay. As I mentioned before, we will giving out for the special promo for those who join our free webinar today. So we will giving out a special promo. Okay, for this one, our two upcoming classes for English classes on 4th to 5th October and also 23rd to 24th October. For these two classes, we will giving out the discount of 200 ringgit, which you can use the promo code of ENG 200 key in before you register. So once you will be entitled for the RM 200 ringgit discount lah for these two training. So this promo code is valid until 27th of September, which is this Wednesday. So for those who I know, I assume this 1 hour session is really not enough for our Puan Sheila, our trainer, to share all the English lesson. So we give this 200 ringgit discount to attend two other more classes, two other more courses which we will get 200 discount lah. So hurry up and register and use this promo code until this Wednesday only, 27th of September. Okay. So yeah, I think that's all for our today's session. If there's maybe any other inquiries, you can contact all these numbers and can go to direct to our website and also to our email. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you, Puan Sheila, for our session today.
My pleasure. Thank you so much, Miss Nisa. Again, everyone, direct yourself to sstu.com and check out the courses there, yeah?
Yeah. Okay, that's all. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.